Bro, when these young kids out here moving the way they moving, I done been that. Young, no guidance, feeling like I could play God. So for him to want to use me, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was one of the worst. And he chose me. Like, it ain't no judgment with him. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't look at none of that. He don't look at me. He sees me different. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that. You know, like, I tell people all the time, man, it ain't me. It be times where God speak through me to somebody else and they be like, hey, man, thank you. Man, it's not me. It's not me. I'm just a vessel, man. That's it. I'm just somebody willing to be used by God. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful when people say, give me the props or whatever, man. But it's God, bro. It's all him. You know what I'm saying? Without him, I wouldn't be, none of this would be going on.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. God can and will redeem you. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother in the clip, man. I just see him all over social media. Salute to him. I wasn't a troublemaker in the sense of, doing all the worst things. That wasn't my style. But when you hang around enough types and enough people who do enough things, you learn that people live with regrets. And sometimes you might do things that break you as a human being. And you feel like, you're unworthy. You're bound for, the underworld and the afterlife. Let's just say that. And why would God love you? Why would God, after all the things you've done? And that's not true. God will redeem you. Like, I've seen people go down the wrong path and then straighten up and go down the right path. That doesn't mean your life might not be what you intended it to be. Like the brother was talking about, no guidance, doing the most. And you wind up talking to people who were just like you were back in the day. And you get to tell them, the whole story, how it ends. And they can take your advice because you went through it. And they can see themselves in you as you can see yourself in them. And the joy that I've seen in people who felt like, there was nothing that they could do to redeem themselves when they helped somebody who was just like them become better than them. It's probably one of God's greatest gifts. I'm not saying to go down the wrong path in life, but I am saying if you go down the wrong path in life, you're not unredeemable. You know, some people lose their humanity. And to have, if you have a heart, if you kept your heart and your heart didn't harden, and you're willing to take the steps to be different and be better and be the opposite of what you were, God will redeem you. And some of us, some of us people won't accept you. You might have burned bridges and crossed people, and you might not ever that bridge might not ever get rebuilt. That person you crossed might not ever forgive you, or they might just if they may forgive you and they just stay away from you. That doesn't mean that you can't build bridges other places. You get what I'm saying? So be the best you can be when you're trying to straighten up or go on the right path. You know, because some things are priceless. Some things are absolutely priceless. And seeing a person grow and evolve is a priceless thing. And I've seen people change and, make complete 180s as a human being from what they were to what they are. And I'm going to tell you the best part about this, just in my opinion. You have people who was on their road to hell, but people will go, okay, man, you just trying to get good with God to get into heaven. And that could be true. It's not that's a good way to go. You go. But I've seen people who go, listen, man, I want to make the world better regardless of what happens to me after this is all said and done. If my past is too much to handle for my present and my future, so be it. But I'm gonna still go this way. Those people are some of the dopest human beings that God ever created. Some of y'all don't. It's hard to give. Some of you guys can't give you. Some of you men and women can't give yourself credit because your past is just is weighing you down like Atlas holding up the world. And you don't think that weight will ever lighten, but don't think because you went down a dark path that the light in you extinguished or the light in you at some point can't shine so bright that it just overcomes the darkness, right? Don't believe that because I've seen it too many times where it works. It happens. Sometimes, you know, sometimes people don't make it. They they have a change of heart and they wanna be different and be new and redeem themselves just in the eyes of God. And then right when they're making that change, sometimes that's the hardest pill to swallow. Like, but as long as you got, you know, as long as you read the Bible or the Quran and you remember the story of Jesus on the cross, and I forget which side he was. One of the guys was the criminal that was next to him. He just asked for forgiveness. He was like, I'm sorry, basically. And Jesus told him, you come into heaven with me. At his last moment, he was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For some of y'all, even if you had a change of heart, a sincere change of heart at the last second, God will redeem you, man. I think in that situation, probably it's not God that's the issue. A lot of times it's us that's left behind because we really wanted to see your journey of redemption and felt like we got robbed. But once you change the heart, once you change that you good. Once you change your mind, you good. You know, So I didn't want to be obnoxious about or just be out of pocket. I just because there's some people that just think never, and men and women who just made some terrible choices in life, and they think those choices just doomed them. You're redeemable. You are. You are. Life might kick you in the butt down that road of that journey, but you're definitely redeemable. And don't. And a person who thinks you're unredeemable, um, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Yeah. So I say what I gotta say. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.